run for the Angels. You don't see that often.
Back to back.
Back to back.
One was a walk-off. We still had a chance after that.
We did. As it turned out, the Phils were swept out by the Angels. Now they're trying to end that losing streak as they take on the Rockies here at Coors Field. Pete Buchanan's lineup for today, a little different. Let's take a look at it. It's brought to you by Xfinity. Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV. Well, the difference is that Odubel Herrera is down to the number 7 spot. That's because there's a lefty on the mound. Tommy Joseph, though, is back right smack dab in the middle of the lineup, batting cleanup. 5 for 7 last year with 2 home runs and 4 RBIs here at Coors Field. They will face the 24-year-old left-hander from here in Denver, Colorado. And that is Kyle Freeland. Freeland's having a fantastic rookie season. In fact, he's among rookie leaders in a number of categories, including victories and earned run average. We did not see him when the Phils and the Rockies faced off in a 4-game series in Philadelphia. But, John, this kid has been pretty darn good for Colorado this year.
Yeah, he has. Especially pitching, a handful of games in this ballpark. To have an ERA under 4 is pretty good. And, he's basically a 4-pitch pitcher, but that changeup is the one that the Phillies are going to have to really try to lay off of if he can't throw it in the strike zone for strikes. Fastball's good enough, though, at 92.
Time now for our Nissan keys to the game. What do you think for tonight's game, John?
Well, for Vince first, you don't have to throw harder here. You have to locate, though, because these guys will hit anyone's fastball. But if you're locating it well and you can get your secondary pitches over, get them to chase, you have a chance. And in a hitter's ballpark, the last thing you want to do is go up there and swing harder, because if you try to swing harder, your bat slows up. You get out of rhythm, you get out of sync. A lot of pop-ups, and we don't need those. We need line drive, execute the offense like they were the last 5 games before we went to Anaheim.
Yeah, use this ballpark to your advantage with extra base hits.
It's a huge ballpark.
Cesar hits it back toward the middle, a base hit to start the ball game. So he's hit in 9 consecutive games. The Phillies have the leadoff batter aboard. Nice job with the keys today, John.
Yeah, well, you got to get out ahead of things.
So Freeland will now face Freddie Galvis. Freddie was 1 for 14 the last time these teams faced each other in Philadelphia. We mentioned the Rockies won 3 of 4. Overall, Freddie hitting .254 with 11 home runs and 46 runs batted in. Rockies will play the middle infield at double play depth. And that was a big problem for the Phils during the 3 games against the Angels. They hit into 5 double plays. One ball, no strikes. Hernandez gets back without a tag. He has stolen 11 bags. The Rockies added a little bit of a bonus behind home plate with the trade deadline, and that's Jonathan Lucroy, who has been one of the best in throwing runners out since 2011. And a line drive foul, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike to Galvis.
Yeah, the last thing you want to do to come to a ballpark like this is try to change your swing to try to lift the ball. Yeah, that just gets you mechanically out of whack, and that's something that could last longer than just the 3 games here.
Quick toss over, and Hernandez is back ahead of the tag. Could you notice it even playing the limited amount of games here that you played?
Oh, yeah, it's been mile high. Oh, man. That ball jumped, and it was a short left field because it was a football stadium.
Right. Did you play minor league baseball here, too, in Denver, or no?
No, I don't think.
86 degrees, somewhat humid. There are some clouds and some showers possible.
Oh, goody.
1 ball, 2 strikes to Galvis, and he fouls it off to the right. Phillies come in 24 games out in the National League East at 39 and 67. They continue to have problems on the road. Their 16 wins on the road is the least in baseball. The A's have 17 wins. They're number 2.
Let's catch them.
Well, the other day the Phillies caught the Giants and passed them for the worst record in baseball, but they find themselves The .368 winning percentage, while the Giants are at .382. As you see the rest of the East. In fact, you have to add a half game to the Phillies because the Nationals have already won today. Another foul ball. It remains 1-2.
Another so-so day for Daniel Murphy. Couple homers.
There'll be a lot of Nationals in the MVP chat at the end of the year.
You wonder if that'll hurt him.
And help maybe Charlie Blackmon or Paul Goldschmidt or one of these guys. Runner goes. Pitch is swung on and missed. Throw to second base is not in time. Cesar holds onto the bag. Stolen base number 12. Galva strikes out on the changeup that John mentioned during the outset.
Again, lucky Freddie over the plate. Lucky Lucroy didn't take a little bit of more of a step toward him to try to draw contact. You mentioned his throw. I mean, it was a great catch, great throw. Just Cesar picked a good pitch to run on that changeup. Gives him a little more time.
Well, that'll bring Aaron Altair to the plate. Altair 0 for 9 against the Angels. Pickoff play is on, and Cesar's back easily. Talked to Aaron today about that hamstring. He said it's just tight. That's the biggest thing. He said, I asked him where he noticed it more. Did he notice it playing right field, or did you notice it running the bases? He said, well, on the dribbler I hit up the third base line yesterday. He said, on a different day, I would think I would have beaten that out pretty easily. And it's no balls and 1 strike to Altair.
Hey, we forgot to mention maybe Arenado might be in that MVP talk too.
No question. Yeah, he might hurt Blackmon.
He's got 96 RBIs already.
Good. 0-2. Slider. Good luck at McDonald's Phillies home run jackpot contestant is Taylor Madison of Belmar, New Jersey. Phillies hit a home run in today's ballgame. Taylor will win $100. McDonald's enjoy an ice cold delicious soft drink for only $1. I'm loving it, and this is not a good sign for the Rockies. Bud Black and the Rockies athletic trainer coming out. Freeland looks like he's got something wrong with the inside of his left leg. I can't imagine he's going to continue. The Rockies, like the Phillies, have an extra man in their bullpen. Just the way they have their roster broken down. Part of it is that they only have listed 4 starters right now.
Like a groin or quad.
Yeah, he's going to try to throw some pitches here. At least it looks like he is, because Lucroy's back behind home plate. I'd be surprised if they'd let him continue here, wouldn't you?
If he was a veteran, you'd let him, but.
Well, that's true. Maybe it was just a cramp.
It is muggy.
Totally different than when we got off the plane last night. We got off the plane last night. Temperatures were in the 60s. Bud Black, a former pitcher. First year as the skipper of the Rockies. Like I said, their rotation is sort of in flux with the back end, so I'm not sure if he can afford to have him get injured. All right, so it looks like he is going to exit. So he will leave the game, and the Rockies will go get a new pitcher to pick up for Kyle Freeland. So Freeland's out after 11 pitches tonight. The count is no balls and 2 strikes to Aaron Altair. And Colorado will sort out who their new pitcher will be. We'll take a break. When we get back, we'll sort it out as well. So stay with us.
Freeland, a left-handed pitcher from the University of Evansville, Indiana.
It was a roller coaster of emotions that whole day. I mean, being able to come home after going out to Indiana for college for 3 years and have your hometown team say your name on the draft card and everything, and know that you're going to be a Colorado Rocky someday and get to play on the field that I grew up watching guys play. You really can't explain the feeling.
Well, he became the 10th Colorado product to be drafted in the top 10 in the Major League Baseball draft. He was originally drafted by the Phillies in the 35th round out of high school. His day is done because of an apparent injury, so Chris Russin is going to take over for him. But I tell you, Murph, we just saw Mike Trout in the last couple of days, and Trout talked about, playing for a team in his hometown or his home area. I mean, this is the same city where this young man was born.
It's really kind of a cool story. A lot of people saying he was born to pitch here, Kyle Freeland, and he was indeed. In fact, he was born in 1993, 35 days after the Colorado Rockies played their first game here in Denver as a franchise. 35 days later, he is born, and he's been watching this team his entire life and, has heard all the stories about home runs and high ERAs and humidors and how hard it is to pitch here at Coors Field. But, he says, now that he's gotten a chance to be here and kind of live out this dream, kind of says it's maybe a little bit of an advantage that he has been able to watch this his entire life. Said he's not afraid of what he has heard over the years. In fact, he thinks it's a little bit of an advantage. He said, first of all, he's been pitching here his whole life, so he understands what his stuff does in this high altitude. Not everybody who comes into Coors Field understands what their pitches are going to do, but he's been doing that for a long time, so he understands that. He said, secondly, he thinks he focuses a little bit more because he understands how difficult it is here to pitch, and also friends and family in the ballpark all the time, and he says that he really feeds off of that as well. He's got a lower ERA here at Coors Field than he does on the road, and as you mentioned, has become a crowd favorite for obvious reasons. So he's been a very pleasant surprise for the Colorado Rockies this year. Certainly they hope that the injury that he's dealing with right now is nothing serious, guys.
Yeah, you could hear sort of the groan when he was lifted from the game, but then the cheers when he exited the ball game because of the number of folks that are here to root him on. We mentioned the Phillies drafted him in the 35th round out of high school. He just didn't feel like he was ready to go to the professional ranks and went to the University of Evansville, where he was the conference pitcher of the year, just 24 years old. And you can see that he's somewhat dejected right now.
Yeah, he is.
Being on the bench.
Yeah, there's some really good pitchers who have come out of what you wouldn't think of as baseball schools. Chris Sale came out of, now they're a good baseball school now.
Well, this is what happened. This is a pitch to Aaron Altair right there. He grabbed his left leg and then started walking it off. It looked like he might stay in, and I think Bud Black just thought it was better just to be cautious with it.
Yeah, the last thing you want him to do is change his mechanics in any way, shape, or form and possibly risk doing damage to the arm.
Well, he'll sit and watch, and Chris Russin will continue to warm up out on the mound for the Rockies. Russin is 3-0.
He's in pain. I mean, he looks like he's in pain.
Yeah, it does look like he's uncomfortable. Russin 3-0 with a 2.95 ERA. He's a little different pitcher than Kyle Freeland. I thought maybe Bud Black would go to a righty just to kind of mess up the Phils. Although I don't think Pete Buchanan would have done that much different to his lineup. It's runs for Radiothon. For every run the Phillies score during the month of August, the Phillies will make a contribution to the Help Our Kids Radiothon, benefiting the Nemours Alfred I. DuPont Hospital for Children. You can find out more at nemours.org/radiothon. By the way, you just saw Bud Black talking to one of his other pitchers. Looked like it was Antonio Senzatella, and now he's over talking to Freeland. He might be trying to plan what he's going to do for the rest of this ball game if Russin is not able to get that deep in the game. Looks like Freeland's trying to tell him how the injury occurred and showing him where it started to hurt. All right, so we are ready to resume play.
I think Caesar should try to steal first pitch. 0-2.
Try to shake it up a little bit.
Well, you know, this Russin just came in. You know, he of course he gets as much time as he needs, he throws as he needs, but I don't think he didn't even look.
No, he didn't.
You know, his focus is, all right, I got to throw strikes here.
Russin's longest outing of the year is 3 innings. So a lot of times when you come to Colorado, you're going to see a lot of guys out of the bullpen, but that's definitely going to be a necessity for tonight's ball game. One ball, 2 strikes. Altherr is 0 for his last 11. And he taps it foul.
Pretty good grab by Tommy Joseph in the on-deck circle.
It's pretty close to the home plate area, too.
Good reflexes. Yeah, Aaron just looks like he's in between. Timing's off.
A bouncer out to shortstop, and Story is up with it. And Altherr is retired. 2 outs here in the first. And Tommy Joseph is coming up. Tommy Joseph has hit .333 in his last 10 ball games. Overall, he has 16 home runs and 54 runs batted in. Obviously, Russin doesn't have the same pace as Kyle Freeland.
You've noticed that.
He's trying to make every moment count out on the hill. No balls and 1 strike to Tommy Joseph. Oh, and 2. 91 on that fastball at the knees.
2 fastballs he threw there. Down in the zone.
Basically the same spot.
Still pretty good pitches to hit. Not like they're, you know, they're down at the knees, but it's not like they're hitting corners.
Yeah, Pete was talking about that today, that he's had a little bit of a concern in the Angels series, but that happened more often than it should have. Part of the reason why the Phillies didn't score a whole lot of runs. They only scored 5 runs in 3 games.
Yeah, he took a lot of fastballs for strikes, and that's you know, if you want to go about not scoring many runs, that's a good way to go about it.
Some lightning flashing over the right field side. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Tommy Joseph.
Good thing we got these electrical things on our heads.
You're grounded somewhere, aren't you?
Yeah, well. Only when I jump.
Murph better put that umbrella down. Pulled off the plate over the head of Juan Samuel, and it remains 1-2. Russin's pitch selection is fastball 44% of the time. His cutter he throws 29% of the time, and his changeup 25% of the time. He throws the cutter more than the slider, and that's been the case for most of his career. That's where that lightning was flashing. It looked kind of majestic in a scary way. Outside, 2-2. Tried to get him to bite after it, but he didn't. His average fastball velocity is 91 for his 4-seamer and 88 with the 2-seamer. Down low again, 3-2 with a changeup. All right, so Tommy's battled all the way back after falling behind 0-2.
So Lucroy look over and see who's the on-deck hitter before Tommy came up to hit to see how we want to work him. Of course, then they threw 2 hittable fastballs, and then the rest has been off speed.
Check swing, doesn't matter. Called, strike 3. So Russin picks up a strikeout in the inning, picking up for Kyle Freeland. Hernandez is left out at second. We'll head to the bottom of the first here in Colorado. Although lengthy in the top half of the first inning. Now let's take a look at the Rockies lineup presented by Bud Black. Brought to you by Xfinity, Xfinity X1. Will change the way you experience TV. Bud was putting on his meteorology hat right there, looking up at the clouds. He's got Charlie Blackmon leading off at center, then DJ LeMahieu. Nolan Arenado, the third baseman, hits third. Gerardo Parras had a good year batting cleanup. Then Reynolds, Gonzalez, Story, Lucroy, and Russin. Who will face right-hander Vince Velasquez. Velasquez 2-6 with an ERA of 4.91. 64 strikeouts and 66 innings of work. And he will face Blackmon, LeMahieu, and Arenado.
Is that more lightning over there?
A little bit more lightning. How about all those people up on the rooftop? Do you think they're noticing it at all? Since the scouting report on Vince. 15 2/3 against the Rockies for his career. He has one game here at Coors Field. That was back on July 8th of last year. 6 innings, 8 hits, 2 earned runs. As Blackmon takes a strike, it's 1-1. Blackmon with 25 home runs, 71 runs batted in. In his last 22 games, look what he's hitting. Over 400.
Did we got him started up there? Well, not
a big
started.
way.
I mean, he was having a good year regardless. But
he was 7 for 19 in that series.
A lot of firsts and seconds here on a lot of those categories. That kind of important.
Outside, 3-1.
Here's where he's different than most leadoff hitters. A lot of leadoff hitters will take this pitch, make the starting pitcher work, but you talk about the power.
And ball 4. He missed in basically the same spot toward the outer edge. Tonight's game is also available in Spanish. Just use the SAP button on your television or change the language through the menu on your cable box. Well, now you've got LeMahieu. We talked about the success of Blackmon over his last 22 games. LeMahieu over his last 35 games is hitting .410 to raise his average to .323.
Surprised though, as big as he is, only 4 home runs. I mean, he's a huge second baseman.
He's the biggest one in the league. Mentioned that he won a batting title And in doing so, he was an extra base machine. They got a lot of guys ranked in the top of everything in the offensive categories, don't they?
We just have to keep him from building on him. Easier said than done, though. He's
well, a 304 average here at home, which is tops for home numbers, but not among the top 5 in homers or extra base hits. 1 ball and 1 strike. Two balls and 1 strike. Kind of a rough start for Vince as far as a ball to strike ratio goes.
You know, you want to try to mix things up. There's your umpires for tonight's game.
Paul Nart behind the plate.
You want to mix things up, but you can't continue to get behind.
Well, now he's got to throw a fastball. I mean, I thought he'd throw one there, but now it's 3-1.
Well, if you know who's coming up behind him, you think that I need to get this guy out.
He threw his off-speed stuff 43% of the time in his last outing, which is the most in his short career. There is Arenado.
I got a feeling Black, he might be run, but I would doubt it. Yeah.
There he goes.
Do I know?
Well, you were pretty much on it during the Anaheim series.
Long flight. I'm just saying because Vince's not throwing strikes. You know, it's. Yeah, was that pitch a strike there? But hard for me to see anymore up here. Well, if he ran 3-1, you got to figure he's going to run 3-2.
Absolutely.
Guy's hitting 500 his last however many games, 14 games. Figure he's going to put it in play regardless. Just hope he hits a line drive at someone like Freddie got doubled up yesterday, right? Was that yesterday?
Day before. Well, you know what? It might have been yesterday. Hold on a second. It was yesterday.
And I'm the one who's old.
Well, there were a number of double plays the last couple of days.
There's been a bunch.
Yeah, 7th inning of yesterday's game. And LeMahieu fouls it back. Blackman was running, but he didn't have the same kind of jump. He was just going on the pitch. 3-1, it almost looked like he was trying to steal a bag, and maybe see if LeMahieu can make contact. Wind is starting to whip up a little bit. There it goes. Pitch is bounced out to shortstop. Galvis will have a play at first as he throws out LeMahieu. So Blackman, by running, stays out of the double play and gets into scoring position for Arenado. Arenado hitting .317 with 24 home runs, and he's on the cusp of 100 RBIs. 96 runs batted in. Really is remarkable.
Well, you know, I guess 96 is a lot, but it kind of doesn't surprise you anymore with him.
No. First in the league in RBIs. Inside, he does not have the break on his curveball right now. That and his changeup, they're both sort of missing. Arenado is tops in the National League with runners in scoring position at 443, 74 RBIs with runners in scoring position. All right, so MVP candidate, MVP candidate, MVP candidate, MVP candidate, and MVP candidate.
Kind of adds up, don't it?
Yeah, because you have to throw McCutchen into the mix now the way he has played since the middle of May. He's provided our Geico quote of the day with his walk-off walk yesterday. On the wiffle ball field with my cousins, for sure, I had a couple walk-off walks. They don't want to throw to me.
Heck of a family reunion they must have there.
I would have thought they would challenge him more.
When you pitch around a guy in wiffle ball, come on. Come on, Cousins.
In the dirt, blocked by Rupp, and it's 2-1. Last time out, he barely threw the slider, the one he just threw there. Threw it 10% of the time. Fifth Rockies player to draw a walk-off walk. The last one, Jamie Carroll, who was a really good player. Did it back in 2006. At least it seemed that way when he was facing the Phillies all the time. When he was with the Expos or with the Rockies. And it's 2-2. Boy, he's really throwing more breaking pitches and changeups than
soft
anything.
in and getting him to get out in front of him, foul him off. Maybe that's the key.
To then come back with a fastball now.
Well, try to get, you get 2 strikes on him, and now try to see if you can freeze him with a fastball in. Another good pace to this one, huh?
Arenado stays alive, fouls the 93-mile-an-hour fastball away. Two balls, 2 strikes. Rain has started to fall.
Oh, yes.
Looks like it's just falling on the right side, though. Over on the first,
Play like you did with
base
kids.
side.
One field's poison. You can't hit it that field.
Two and 2. Swing and a miss. He got him with a breaking ball. Arenado is tagged out to finish up the strikeout. Well, that is certainly the best curve he's thrown in this first inning. So 2 outs, and Gerardo Parra's coming up.
He went fastball away and got Arenado to speed up just a little bit, and then he gets way out in front of this one. We've contained him pretty well in the.
Surprisingly.
How many games we play him there? 4,
4.
3?
Yeah, so this is he had his last day. I think it was the only day where he had any kind of production. That was the second to last day where he picked up an RBI.
He hit a home run, didn't he, off of someone?
Yep, he did hit a home run in
It was a
game
long
1 at the end of game 1.
Yeah, it was a long one. Well, yeah, and the game was kind of out of hand. Now you get a guy that's only hitting 353.
Yeah, he's really turned it around, hitting .425 since coming off the disabled list to raise his average to 353. Inside 2-0. Rockies batting average with 2 outs and runners in scoring position, 318. They are second in baseball with overall average of 276.
I mean, that's a big margin.
Yeah, you know what it is. I didn't realize that. Wow. It's that wide. That must have just been a hair out of the strike zone down low. 3 balls, no strikes. You got Reynolds on deck. Parra, your cleanup hitter. Most cleanup hitters would have the green light in this spot, I would think. Reynolds, though, a formidable offensive player this year.
Taken all the way. Not sure how much that eye black's going to help in this game tonight. I ain't seen the sun. Well, of course, it was sunny right after batting practice.
Yes, it was. It was hot today here in Denver.
Yes, it
was cool last night coming off the plane.
Last night.
Or this morning, I should say. 3-1 is pulled foul, and it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. Well, this is a 23-pitch first inning for Velasquez, but he is a pitch away from seeing himself out of it if he can get Parra here. And in the dirt, ball 4. Second walk of the inning for Vince. And that'll bring Reynolds up to the plate. Reynolds hitting .284 with 23 home runs and 73 runs batted in. Cameron Rupp going out to talk to Velasquez.
Yeah, all you need to know about how long his first inning has been is just go look at the Phillies dugout. When the game started, everyone was on the top step standing. And now there's only a couple of them. Pete, Mickey, Bob McClure, it looks like, beside Mickey.
Everybody else needed to get the fatigue out of the legs.
Yeah, Sammy just came back up. He must have took a lap up the tunnel and just to keep loose.
Well, he'll throw his 25th pitch to Mark Reynolds. Reynolds 5 for 13 in the last series with a home run against the Mets. And outside 1-0. This guy has been a huge story for the Rockies. He could be the leading candidate or one of them for comeback player of the year. Re-signed with Colorado, but they had Ian Desmond. But Desmond's been on the disabled list twice. And that's kind of opened the door up for Reynolds.
And you wonder what's going to happen when Desmond does come back. I mean, you got to keep Reynolds in there. I mean, the guy who's having the worst year as far as outfielders goes, Carlos Gonzalez. Do you put Desmond out there?
Out in front of a chain or breaking ball, and it's 1-2.
One of his best breaking balls right here, and that's the way you got to pitch Mark Reynolds. You know, he will strike out. I think you can go up here with the fastball if you want. Up and away. He does chase.
He doesn't chase the changeup. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Well, the Rockies are already into their bullpen because of an injury. The Phillies and Bob McClure are going to wind up being in the bullpen if Vince doesn't figure this out here. Not in this first inning, but early in this game. Although Jared Eichhoff the other night had a very difficult first inning, and he wound up being out there for 6. Inside, 3-2. So the runners will be off with 2 men down here in the bottom of the first.
Breaking ball. Why not? Reynolds to chase right here, 3-2. You know he's going to want to drive in these runs.
So it'll be a little anxious.
Well, that's your hope.
Runners go. And pitches high. 3 walks in the inning now for Vince. And Carlos Gonzalez will be the batter.
Well, you mentioned yesterday Bob McClure doesn't like to go out in the first inning, but
he's making a habit of it now. All right, so Matt goes out. And you got Carlos Gonzalez coming up.
Well, here's the thing, though. If you're a position player, you're coming off the field after this and thinking you're down 3-0. It's just, first of all, you can't wait to get up in the batter's box to hit in this ballpark. Then you have to stand out there, no action whatsoever.
Well, and with the injury, this game started at 6:40 local time. We're at almost 7:25 local time, and we're still in the bottom of the first.
I just wish there was a day game tomorrow.
All right, so Carlos Gonzalez, who was 10 for 19 against the Phillies in the series in Philadelphia. Everybody else in the Rockies lineup has been hitting this year. He is not up to his level. Hitting .226 with 7 home runs and 29 runs batted in. But he is 5 for 9 against Velasquez.
Well, bring him down to an even 500 right here, Vince.
Runners lead off all the way around. Phillies playing to pull in the infield. And a strike at the knees. It's 0-1. Those are his career numbers with the bases loaded. 6 grand slams. 0 for 5 this year with the bases loaded.
Well, we got it. Worked it right into our favor. Like a pretty good pitch from up here. Nope.
Mazda pitch casts right on the edge. Close. Got to widen that zone a little bit. And a base hit through the right side. 1 run is in, rounding third, heading for home is Parra. He'll score. It's a 2-run single for Gonzalez. And the Rockies lead at 2-0 here in the bottom of the first. Well, they had the shift on, and with the shifts, Cesar was over toward the hole.
He missed on that breaking ball away, and then he look where Cameron Rupp is, and you look where Cesar's playing way in the hole, second base, and a routine grounder to second base turns into a 2-run single, and Mark Reynolds gets all the way around to third. So now you got more issues now with Trevor Story coming up.
Yeah, Trevor Story also struggling with his average this year, with 15 homers and 49 runs batted in. Takes a slider, and it's 0-1. He's hit in 14 of his last 21 games, but you see what he's done in his last 5. 2-0 Rockies here in the bottom of the first. Oh, 2. That was the hardest fastball he's thrown in tonight's game.
Charlie Blackmon got 100 runs scored yet?
He is at 98 after the one tonight.
Second August, 3rd August, whatever, 4th of August.
Yeah,
right?
we're looking at the 4th today.
That's just flying by.
0-2 pitch on the inside corner, a strike 3 called. So Velasquez picks up 2 strikeouts in the inning, but the Rockies score 2 runs on the single by Carlos Gonzalez. We move to the second, 2-0, Colorado on top. 7:05 first pitch, the 3-game series. It wraps up on Sunday the 27th at 1:35. It's the ShopRite Back to School alarm clock. Free to kids 14 and under. Get your tickets now by going to Phillies.com. Well, the Phillies down 2-0, just as they were last night against the Angels. Then they came back and had a 4-run inning. First pitch to Nick Williams is down low. Outside, 2-0.
And that's the thing. When you're pitching in a ballpark like this, it's a great hitter's ballpark. You can't walk guys. You know, you got to make them hit.
Yeah, that's always been the adage here. You know, don't give them a chance to blow an inning open.
Yeah, but it seems like some pitchers, a lot of pitchers, even guys that, you know, when I was playing, it was, you know, well, you have to be careful because, you know, if you make a mistake, they'll hit it out of the ballpark. Yeah, but wouldn't you rather have them do that with no one on than walk 3 and then have them do it?
3 balls, 1 strike to Williams. And Williams fights it off out toward left, and it's going to drop in for a base hit. And that is the second hit for the Phils. First one against Russin, who's on for Kyle Freeland. A leadoff single, and now Michael Franco will be the hitter. Franco takes upstairs.
Are you sure we're not in a rain delay now?
Outside, 2-0. Going to be past that young man's bedtime by the 5th inning.
Going to be some Rocky Mountain spring water consumed here too in this one.
At the knees, 2-1. Franco hitting .224 with 16 home runs and 55 runs batted in.
Good to see him go back to that short little stride, just pick up his foot and set it down. He's getting back out long again. There, he did it.
Fights it off down to center field. Back-to-back singles. And Williams will hold up at second. So the Phils have first and second with nobody out, and Odubel Herrera is coming up.
Yeah, the pitch prior to this one, he got really long with the stride like he has been when he was struggling early in the season. There, just a little better. He picks it up, sets it down. He got jammed a little bit, but because he wasn't pulling off, yeah, he's still got enough of it to get it out into center field. And hey, who knows? Maybe the Phils are due for a big inning.
Yeah, down 2-0. A ball in the gap here. I mean, most times can score a runner from first. Now, Carlos Gonzalez, if the ball's in the right center field gap, is really deep. So Franco may not be able to score. But you go to left center field, he could.
Well, he has to get a good secondary lead, but he has to be cognizant of, and I'm sure Mickey's going to remind him where Mark Reynolds is playing.
Odubel shows bunt, takes a strike. It's 0-1.
Wow.
You don't like that play,
No.
do you?
No, not one bit, because you got the 8th hitter coming up next and then the pitcher. Now, unless they said, look, we're going to pinch hit for Vince in the 2nd inning, then you might think about it, but you know, he's one of your hotter hitters right now.
Yeah, as we mentioned, he's hit in 7 consecutive games. really close pitch. A fastball that missed low. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike.
Wow.
Right at the bottom of the zone.
Tell you what, if his zone going to stay any borderline pitch is a ball, I'm going to go help put the tarp on the field. We're going to be here a while.
Odubel bunts toward third. Russin is off the mound, looks to third. Odubel beats it out, and the bases are now loaded. So 3 straight hits. And nobody out. Cameron Rupp is coming up.
Well, Russin picked up that ball, and he looked right to third base. That kind of slowed things up for him a little bit. Watch him look at third. He's looking right there at third base, trying to see where Nick Williams is. And by the time he gets, he has to double pump into his glove because most pitchers just can't pick it up and throw it. They have to pat it in their glove a couple times.
You think he thought it was a straight sacrifice?
I don't know, but Big Cameron gets into one here. Hopefully that'll relax Vince a little bit.
Cameron hitting .227 with 10 homers and 23 runs batted in. And he takes in the dirt. Lucroy scoops it on 1 hop. Again, Russin was not the starting pitcher tonight. It was Kyle Freeland who left with an injury to his left leg. Cameron trying to pick up his 2nd hit of the year with the bases loaded. He went after a changeup, and it's 1-1. Career numbers with the bases loaded, not too shabby.
No, not at all. Well, Carlos Gonzalez does play deep, doesn't he?
I don't remember him playing that deep out in right field. But he's as deep as you will see a right fielder. Other than Chipper Jones, who used to play left field on the warning track. Rupp goes after a changeup, and it's 2-2. Runners lead off. 3 balls, 2 strikes. So Williams at third base.
No outs now.
Franco at second. And Herrera at first.
And Franco just told Odubel that there's not 2 outs. And
Odubel's laughing.
Yep, as he's apt to do.
Does have to be reminded from time to time. Swing and a miss. Rupp strikes out. A cutter. 2nd strikeout for Russin. And now Velasquez is coming up.
Yeah, he said it. The fastball in that they thought he had for strike 3 the prior pitch, and so he decides, well, let's just throw this little cutter slider combo platter down and in and see if we can get a swing over top. You know, that's a great pitch because even if he makes contact, it's either going to hit it foul or he's going to hit a grounder to Arenado.
And it looks like a strike the whole way.
Yes, it does.
Well, now a meeting on the mound with the pitcher up.
Going over the scouting report for Vince.
It's remarkable.
Well, I don't know. Maybe the 2 teams got together and said, let's try to play the longest 9-inning game in the history of baseball.
Now I'm not sure what's going on with Russin and Paul Nart, unless Russin is questioning some of the pitches, which is probably what it was. Vince is probably saying, you can throw my name in the hat as well.
Maybe it's the light air.
So bases loaded. Velasquez, 273 hitter. And he swings at the first pitch and fouls it up toward Juan Samuel.
Even though Double got the base hit, that's
still
why
don't like that play.
Well, you'd still like to see him swing the bat because of just this situation. Cameron does strike out. He will strike out, and even though Vince is a good athlete, can swing the bat a little bit. Sometimes you're just asking Cesar to try to get a 2-out base hit in this situation.
Popped him up on the infield. Infield fly rule has been signaled. LeMahieu makes the catch. 2 outs. And the bases remain loaded for Cesar Hernandez. Well, the Rockies got a clutch 2-out hit. So let's see if the Phillies can.
My goodness.
All right, so what they were talking about is that he has to declare whether he's going to pitch from the windup or the stretch when the bases are loaded. It's a new rule that they are enforcing more and more this year. So here comes Pete Mackanin.
Why is that? Like, can't
I
you
don't
tell?
know.
Can't you tell when after he gets a sign whether he's?
I would agree with that. I think it's it's just a normal tendency of baseball. He's either going to go from the stretch, you know what it looks like, or he's going to go from the windup, you know what it looks like. Add it to your list, John.
Make the game fun again. Let's make the game boring again.
Bases are loaded. Russin working from the stretch. The batter Cesar Hernandez, and he takes on the outside corner 0-1.
So what if he starts the at bat? If he says I'm going to pitch from the windup, and he starts the at bat from the windup, he can't switch to the third pitch of the at bat. He says I'm going to go from the stretch now.
That's my understanding.
What a great rule that was. But when you're hitting, you can't really tell. Or running the bases.
Outside.
I mean, you're asking guys now to actually pay attention. Dang them, how can they do that?
Two balls, 1 strike.
Make him pay since he decided to pitch from the stretch this particular time. I've never heard anything like that.
Yeah, there was something that happened earlier this year where it became there was an emphasis on it, and Pete was talking about it because Pete's contention is that they don't declare, and let's say they start to go one way or another, there could be a balk called, or the runners can just start going. 3 3-ball counts in this inning for Russin. It's 3 balls and 1 strike with the bases loaded. The Phillies down 2-0. And a bouncer back toward the middle. LeMahieu has it, flips to second, and the inning finally comes to a close, and the Phillies leave them loaded in the second. No runs, 3 hits, 3 men left. We'll go to the bottom of the second. 2-0 Rockies. camp down in Clearwater, Florida. It'll be located at the beautiful Carpenter Complex. Join Philadelphia Phillies legends Greg Lazinski, Jim Eisenreich, Mike Lieberthal, Milt Thompson. Matt Stairs will be there as well, plus the commish, Mickey Morandini, and a special guest appearance by Charlie Manuel. Go call 610-520-3400 for more information. Well, the rain in the area hopefully has passed us by. As Jonathan Lucroy starts off the bottom of the second.
First inning and a half hadn't been a long enough delay.
Well, there was that
I'm going to
thought.
quit complaining about the length. There's
thought.
no time.
There's no clock in
clock
baseball.
in this beautiful game.
Lucroy takes low, and it's 1-1.
Just let me know when a beautiful game breaks out.
It has been a rather rocky first inning and a half.
No pun intended.
Nothing at all. None intended at all. Outside 2-1.
I mean, you would think that it would be 5-4 right now.
Yeah, and the Phillies have 4 hits and no runs. Velasquez, who had thrown 36 pitches in the first inning, hits Lucroy, and a base runner for Colorado.
Lucroy got hit there yesterday, I think, by Robles.
He did in the 9th inning of that game. And here comes Chris Russin.
Oh, right above the elbow. That'll start swelling, and then that fluid will start leaking down into your elbow.
Is that what happens?
Yeah, and it gets a little
stiff.
A little stiff, yeah. It'll get a little stiff on you. I wonder when he's going to start wearing that thing, the elbow guard.
I thought he wore it when he was in Milwaukee.
Maybe they didn't have a purple one
with his name on it.
Yeah.
Ball's bunted out toward first, and the sacrifice successful for Russin.
Nice bunt.
Up to second base goes Lucroy. Sacrifice goes 3-4. And back to the top of the order for Charlie Blackmon. Blackmon last year hit 29 home runs as the leadoff hitter for the Rockies for a full season. So here we are on the 4th of August, and he already has 25 home runs from the leadoff position. First pitch fastball runs up high. Second in the league in extra base hits, first in triples with 13. To center field. Odubel Herrera going back toward the wall, circling around, makes the catch. And Lucroy goes back to second base. And there are 2 outs. All right. If you're the runner at second base, I know normally you'd go halfway and then go back. But in a ballpark like this, do you go back sooner and maybe tag in that spot?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, he was very undecided. You can see him. He wanted to go back, and then he thought maybe Odubel wasn't going to catch it. But again, it's 2 outs. Yeah, Blackmon was, let's put it this way, if that ball hits the ground, Blackmon might overrun it.
Yeah, he might be jumping on the back of Lucroy.
But with 2 outs and as deep as outfielders play here, you got to figure any base hit he's going to score anyway. But I always like to be on third just for that reason right there. He could bounce one.
1 ball and no strikes to LeMahieu, who grounded out to shortstop his first time up. Hitting .322. balls and no strikes.
At some point, if someone
He just looked at his watch.
yeah.
I don't mean to laugh, but he just looked at his watch.
Yeah, I don't think that's the pitch count on there. I think he got just straight time.
We're 80 minutes into this game, and we're in the bottom of the second. 3-1. He looked at his watch. Watch, ready? Do. He's like everybody else in the ballpark.
I mean, this is like a B game in Yuma, Arizona at 10 a.m.
Ball 4. LeMahieu walks. And that'll put runners on first and second. One hit tonight for the Rockies. Larry Bowa is going to go get
I tell you what, he could get. This could be a 30-pack for him today, seed-wise. Oh, he's going for gum. Oh, I've seen that many a night.
Yes, you have. All right, so Arenado, the batter, he's 0 for 1, and he pulls it foul. No balls and 1 strike.
There we go. Now they're getting the crowd into it.
Arenado has hit in 5 consecutive games. He was the National League Player of the Month for the month of July. High fly ball down the left field line toward foul territory. Williams over toward the seats with Galvis, and they both lean in, but it's back a couple rows. So 0-2. Arenado is the leader in Major League Baseball with runners in scoring position, the active leader in batting average with runners in scoring position.
Pretty good names on there. 10 points higher than Joey Votto.
How about Joe Mauer still on that list, despite the fact he's not the same player he was.
Not at all.
Even a few years ago. You got to be careful here. 0-2, and Arenado hits one out toward right center field. Odubel Herrera is under it, and the inning is over. No runs, no hits, 2 men left. We have played 2. We'll go to the 3rd. Phillies down 2-0. Log on to Phillies.com. Go to the fans section for all the information. And please submit your answer on the subject line. All right, John, you're going to need a pen and a pad for this one. Who are the 3 Rockies players to have multiple seasons of 40 or more home runs and 130 or more RBIs? 40 or more home runs and 130 or more RBIs. He's writing down fast. The answer will be revealed a little later on. Russin will go back to work in relief of Kyle Freeland.
What was the question again?
40 home runs or more, 130 RBIs or more. The 3 players who did it for multiple seasons. Well, Jonathan Lucroy was in the dugout. He was on the base path, so he is just now coming back out. So that's why there's a little bit of a delay.
Tell me if I'm close. If not, I got one more on there. I think I can.
You're close, but you are missing. You're missing 2.
Well, then I'm not close.
Well, you have
it's
1.
3.
We're just getting started. Yeah, you're missing 2. 2 significant ones. Freddie Galvis will lead it off for the Phils. It'll be Galvis, Altair, and Joseph.
My brain is shut down, so I might be done with that question. Come on, Freddie.
1 ball and no strikes to Galvis.
It's 2-0.
Rockies have 2 runs on 1 hit.
Phillies have 4 hits and no runs.
On the outside corner, 1-1. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Russell was originally drafted by the Chicago Cubs in the 4th round. Actually, he was originally drafted out of high school by the A's, and then the Cubs took him in the 4th round. He gets Freddie Galvis to fly out to center field. 1 out. And here's Aaron Altair.
I'm thinking that one's the one I got right.
Nope, the bottom one is the one you got right. The top 2 are good guesses.
40 homers.
You now have 2 correct. I think the 3rd one will be easy for you when you realize it.
He used to.
Fly ball fouled on the right field line by Altair.
Was he a quarterback at one time?
He was a quarterback at one time.
Those were my other guesses. I just thought this one, I don't know why I thought he did it.
0-2. Altair a little late on that 92-mile-an-hour fastball.
And that's been the issue with Aaron on this road trip. I don't know if he's not picking the ball up or he's starting late, or it looks like he's trying to jab that front foot down quicker to get to those fastballs.
A little bit of a quick pitch there. Out in front of an off-speed pitch, and Russin picks up his 3rd strikeout. So 2 away here in the 3rd. And here's Tommy Joseph coming up.
See that every finger wrapped around that ball. It's a changeup by Russin, and good one. But you saw Aaron. It looked like his leg kicks a little higher to me.
So too fast.
Yeah, because he looks like he's trying to jam his foot down to get get your foot down that thing. Everyone says, which is true. It looks like he's trying to get it down. His leg kicks higher, and he's trying to get it down quicker. Catch up.
Tommy Joseph loops it out towards shallow left field. Parra comes in, and he'll make the catch. It's a 1-2-3 3rd inning. So the Phils go down in order. We've completed 2.5 here in Denver. It's the Rockies 2 and the Phillies 0. your local Ford store. Check out every new Ford car, truck, and SUV crossover at buyfordnow.com today. And by McDonald's, enjoy an ice-cold, delicious soft drink for only $1. Loving it. Bottom of the third inning. And the Rockies lead the Phillies 2-0. Gerardo Parra will lead it off. It'll be Parra, Mark Reynolds, and Carlos Gonzalez. 4, 5, and 6 against the right-hander Vince Velasquez. Velasquez has allowed just 1 hit so far, but he has walked 4 and he's hit 1 batter. So that's the reason his pitch count is at 51 as we begin the third. And he delivers a strike, 0-1. Down the left field line, slicing into foul territory and out of play.
Well, let's see if Vince can have a inning like Russin just had. 3 up, 3 down, in and out.
Yeah, Vince does need a comfortable one. If he does have a comfortable one, it could be a lot like Eichhoff the other night, where he lasts until the 6th inning. Upstairs, 1-2. Check swing. Did he go? No. Says Dana DeMuth. In the most subtle way you've ever seen a third base umpire say that he didn't go.
Quickest one I've seen.
Three and 2. Parra walked his first time up. He had 2 doubles, 3 RBIs in the series against the Mets. The Rockies won 2 of 3. Over the last 30 games, they're 15 and 15. The Arizona Diamondbacks are 12 and 18. The reason that they've fallen back to 14.5 games out as Parra walks again. That is 5 walks now for Velasquez. The reason that they have fallen back to 14.5 is because the Dodgers are 25 and 5 over their last 30 games.
And they get Yu Darvish going tonight. That should hurt them.
The Mets, yep.
That should hurt them a little bit.
They're up 6-0, and Darvish is still in the game.
Well, that's the thing. Their offense is just unbelievable. And look, we know Kershaw, Darvish, if he's right, is as good as one of the better pitchers in baseball. Alex Wood's having a Cy Young type season.
Reynolds takes on the inside corner, 0-1.
Well, that ain't the problem. 0-1, 1-1, 1-2. It's finishing. He hasn't been able to finish these hitters off. He had Parra 0-2.
Yeah, the first time through the lineup, 5 of the first 9 batters were first pitch strikes. Fly ball to right field. Altair heading back and under it. And makes the catch. 1 away. And Carlos Gonzalez is coming up. Let's check in with Greg Murphy. Murph.
All right, thank you very much, Tom. Well, we were talking about Andrew Knapp at the beginning of this game, who was not available tonight, but he did get some good news today. Andrew Knapp found out that his hand was not broken. This was the play last night in Anaheim. He takes the foul ball off the bat of Albert Pujols. Take another look. It just hits the knuckles as his hand is still gripped in a fist. I was talking to Andrew about this today. He said, that doesn't happen very often because you're supposed to keep your hands on the same plane, but you notice that when he reached with his catcher's mitt, his other hand stayed up above the mitt, and he said that's how it caught him. That's how the foul ball caught him. That's why it doesn't happen as often as you would think, because most of the time they keep their hands on the same plane. Take another look. A little bit higher than the catcher's mitt, and it hit him square. And I'll tell you, I was only about maybe 15, 20 feet away from that. And as soon as I heard that, I thought to myself, and I actually said to our producer, Jeff Halleckman, that hand is broken. And I said that to Andrew today, and he said, Murph, honestly, when I heard the sound that it made, that's what freaked me out the most. He said, I thought the same thing because it made this crushing sound. So he gets good news today. He had a couple of x-rays. He was also looked at by the team doc here in Colorado, and it is not broken. It's obviously still very sore, but not as swollen as you would think. I took a look at it today, not as swollen as you would think. So Jorge Alfaro, of course, is here as a precautionary measure, but they're hoping that Andrew Knapp can stay off the disabled list and maybe just miss a couple of days.
2-0 pitch to Gonzalez is a strike, 2-1. You know, and we mentioned this before, Pete does not know if he'll use Alfaro at all as a starter in the next couple of days. He said he may take a look at him because he wants to see him because he's up here.
Hey, I mean, why not? You know, if Andrew Knapp can't go, what, Sunday day game? Might throw Alfaro in there.
Runner goes, pitches hit out towards center field. Odubel is under it. And Herrera makes the catch. And there are 2 outs. Back to first base goes Parra. Trevor Story's coming up. Struck out looking his first time up.
With the start he got off to last year. And then the injuries. Found it yet, has he?
Not consistently, no. But they have so much offense that they can get by with what he's providing. Swing and a miss. 95. Fly ball right field. Aaron Altair will casually go over and make the catch. And Vince Velasquez walked the leadoff batter, but then get the next 3 guys. We'll move to the 4th inning with the Rockies still leading at 2-0. That's right. Get your Dunkin' Donuts K-Cup pods from W.B. Mason at great prices. Who but W.B. Mason? We'll begin the top of the 4th inning, and Chris Russin, who has gone 2 2/3 so far, in relief of Kyle Freeland, who left with an apparent leg injury. He'll face Nick Williams, Maikel Franco, and Odubel Herrera. Williams singled his first time up, a little bloop out to left center field. And a fastball in there, it's 0-1. and fly it into the dugout over Velasquez or over Cesar Hernandez and Andres Blanco's head. Daniel Nava has the baseball. Outside, 1-2. Now he's making sure he's staying for cover. Two balls and two strikes.
You think at some point they'll ever put netting in front of the dugouts too?
I do. A bouncer back toward the middle, and that's going to be a base hit up the middle. So Nick Williams is now 2 for 2. And Franco's coming up. The weekend is finally here, and we know you can get busy pretty quick, but you can still catch every CSN game with the NBC Sports app. Download now to keep up with all your Philly teams. Well, here is Maikel Franco. Franco singled his first time up. In fact, the Phils had the bases loaded and nobody out in that second inning, but could not score. And Maikel bounces it off the front of the Phillies dugout. The current netting that is set up there. You got to stay low though. Remember Vero Beach where the Dodgers trained? There was no roof on the dugout.
Yes, I remember it well. Hats were stolen.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
People reached in and just took everything?
Reach in and grab your hat, gloves.
But you imagine that in this day and age. I mean, back then it was accepted. It was loved because the fans were closer to the players. And
well,
I mean, and it was a great setting. It really was. From a fan standpoint. I'm not saying it wasn't.
And from a home team standpoint. We weren't well loved no matter where we went. So when you have like free run at slapping us in the back of the head while you're walking past.
You have some memories of that, huh?
Well, I didn't particularly care for it. No.
But I don't think you'd ever see that again.
No.
Ever.
No, and you know these phones now with all the video junk on it. You know you can film everything they're doing. If someone, you know, there's some things. First of all, there was no bathroom in there either, so you know there was nowhere to go to readjust
or go.
I mean, it was.
Franco is down on strikes, change up, and that's 4 strikeouts now for Russin. And here's Odubel Herrera. Odubel bunted his way on his first time up. He has now hit in 8 consecutive games. His average up to 280.
That's amazing.
From where it was.
Well, I mean, from June 1st on, he's one of the hottest hitters in all of baseball.
Herrera back on the 3rd of July was going through an 0 for 13 stretch when he went 1 for 3 against the Pittsburgh Pirates. So since that time, he has raised his average from 250 to 280. I mean, his numbers have been even better since the first of, if you count the 1st of June. And he lines one foul down the left field line.
Yeah, and I think that's a remarkable thing because, you know, besides days here and there where he wasn't in the lineup, I mean, he's pretty much been playing every day, so he's got a ton of at-bats. To raise it that much that quickly.
Yeah, May 31st, he was hitting 218. How that didn't hit him as he took that swing. He fouled it back to the brick wall. 0-2.
This is self-defense right here.
How it didn't hit his knuckles.
And that's the beauty of it. He's liable to get a base hit right now. We've seen it. We've seen some of the, like, what the heck swing was that? Wow, that's a beautiful piece of hit within a pitch.
Over to first base. Senzatella is warming up in the bullpen. Way inside, 1-2. Wind is really whipping in from right center field. Still some lightning flashing over that area.
You'd have to think with those last couple pitches that a breaking ball, something slow away was coming.
Well, he went with a slider away, or I guess a cutter, and it's 2-2.
It is coming in, isn't it? Blowing all my stat papers away. All one of them.
All one. Give yourself some credit. You got more than one.
Well, I don't know who put those there. They
swing and a miss. That was the slider. 5 strikeouts for Russin. And there are 2 outs here in the 4th inning. And that brings Cameron Rupp to the plate. Take a look at PitchCast presented by Mazda. Look where all these pitches are.
Yeah, besides the one in the center of the plate, the rest of them, I mean, they're.
Well, Bud Black has decided.
Dare we say not close?
No. Bud Black has decided that 3 innings is all that he will see from his lefty Chris Russin and 58 pitches. So a pitching change here in Colorado. Rockies are up 2-0 here in the top of the 4th inning. We'll be back right after this. September 8th at Citizens Bank Park is when it will arrive. Special guests include Brett Eldridge and Craig Campbell. Tickets can be purchased by visiting Phillies.com/Luke Bryan for more information. And he always puts on a great concert, so if you have nothing to do, head on out for, actually there's 2 great concerts that are scheduled at the ballpark, Billy Joel being the other one. Well, here is Antonio Senzatella who was in this starting rotation. But with the off days that the Rockies have had, he's been pitching out of the bullpen at least over the last several days. And he's pitching out of the bullpen here. 10-4 with an ERA of 4.70. We mentioned before that Bud Black was not sure what he would do with his starting rotation after this off day. Part of it is because Chad Bettis pitched last night as he continues to come back from his battle with testicular cancer. And he's going to make at least one more rehab start, but they'd like to have him back in the rotation. And Cameron Rupp takes a strike, and it's 0-1. Well, this has been an issue for Cam, particularly over the last two nights. He came in last night for Andrew Knapp, and in that game against the Angels, he took some pretty good fastballs. And he takes the first pitch fastball in this at bat, and now a breaking ball, and it's 1-1. Really thought Cam had found something on the last homestand, but as we saw in his last at bat with the bases loaded, he is sort of guessing again at the plate.
Yeah, it looks like Aaron Altera. They're caught in between.
Yeah. One ball, one strike. In the dirt, 2-1. Hats off to Russell. You want a long man that can give you some length, but also pitch the way he did tonight. 5 strikeouts over 3 1/3 innings of work in relief of Kyle Freeland. Little tapper to the right of the mounds. And Cameron Rupp goes down. 1-3 on the putout. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 man left. Well, this has been a very quiet night for the Phillies offensively, despite the fact that they have 5 hits. Let's go places. Well, there have been storms in the area for the last couple hours, but knock on wood, they have been circling past Coors Field. It's always a beautiful ballpark, right smack dab in the middle of downtown Denver, the Lodo section of Denver. The wind is whipping. Thought maybe the storms are going to pull back with the wind blowing the way they are. That's the rooftop that opened a couple of years ago. It is extremely popular. And it doesn't matter how the Rockies are playing, that place is usually packed, particularly on a Friday night. As we go to the bottom of the 4th inning, Vince Velasquez, after throwing 36 pitches in the first inning, 15 in the second, and 14 in the third, will face Jonathan Lucroy, the pitcher spot, and then Charlie Blackmon. Lucroy lines one to right center field. That'll be in for a base hit. It goes to the wall, and Lucroy hustling to second base, and he'll get there. A leadoff double against Velasquez. It's his 16th double of the year, counting his time in Texas. He was rather surprised this year when his playing time was diminished in Texas, so he accepted this trade with open arms.
Yeah, and rightly so. You know, he is in a pennant race, or not a pennant race, but the possibility of getting into the postseason. He was struggling offensively, and you know, we know Texas is a great place to hit, but you know, I think maybe a change of scenery. Let's get out of there, get more consistent playing time. Hopefully, if you're a Rockies fan, he picks it up offensively.
Here's Senzatella, who bunts back toward the mound. Velasquez goes to third. Oh, that's a good play if the tag was there. And Franco does apply the tag, and Lucroy is out. One away. (1-5) on the put outfielder's choice.
I tell you what, you know, we keep talking about Vince Velasquez, how athletic he is. I mean, watch how quickly he gets on this ball. Now, Cincinnati made a poor bunt right back to pitcher, tried to get that ball to third base, and you know, I mean, a perfect throw by Vince. Look at that throw right on the base.
That was a really awkward tag.
I hope they don't look at that.
Yeah, they decided not to. Michael almost looked like he got knocked off balance.
But I never understood that. Why you reach for the guy? He has to come to the base. Like, why is it looks like he did get him just above the ankle, but like, but why do you reach for him?
That's a good point.
Like, you know, he's sliding into the base. He's going to get there,
and the ball's going to travel faster than your glove.
But yeah, but it's already in your glove. So I mean, like, why? Like right there, just leave the glove in front of the bag. He lifts it up and then goes to reach for him.
And right there, it looks like he got him before he hit the bag.
Yeah, that's close.
Well, no harm, no foul. As Blackmon is 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored tonight. 1 ball and 1 strike. Totally changes the look of this inning for Velasquez and the Phillies that they were able to get the runner at third.
Yeah, anytime you can erase a leadoff double with the next hitter, that's a beautiful thing. At least now you're dealing with this top of that batting order. Very potent.
Fly ball out to short right field. Aaron Altair comes running in. 2 outs, and back to first goes Senzatella. And DJ LeMahieu is going to be the hitter. But what a boost this would be if he can get a quick out in the 4th. And begin the 5th with less than 75
That ball right
pitches.
there wouldn't have scored Lucroy either. If he was on third. Yeah, Aaron, momentum coming toward home. We know he's got a strong throwing arm. I don't think they even would have sent him.
I thought it was interesting what Bob McClure said about Velasquez at his velocity. You know, Vince, there are games where he's throwing 95, 96, 97 miles an hour consistently. And Bob has been imploring him to figure out what velocity will give you the best consistency within the strike zone. And that's what they feel like he did his last outing.
Yeah, 92, 93 well located is better than 96, 97 poorly located. But the thing is, as a pitcher, you understand that if necessary, you have that pitch in your arsenal when you need it.
Right. 2-1.
You know, you get into a count where, you know, a situation where you need to throw a strike, and if you can go from 93 to 97, such a huge difference to a hitter.
You know, and there may come a time where he can pitch consistently 96, 97. It's like they want a fastball away. That's what Rupp puts down. Short lead off first. Aaron Altair over by the stands. It's back a few rows. He's a happy youngster. On the outside corner at 95 miles an hour, strike 3 called. So Velasquez leaves one at first base here in the 4th inning. We'll head to the 5th. The Rockies with 2 runs in the first still lead at 2-0. Regular season game live on over 400 supported devices. Plus, get a free subscription to At-Bat Premium, the #1 app for live baseball. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv for details. Well, here we are in the top of the 5th inning in Colorado. And this is the way the 4th inning ended. Velasquez to LeMahieu. And our pitch cast presented by Mazda.
A perfect pitch.
Hey, we were calling for that pitch to be a strike even earlier in the game.
Maybe they peeked over there and saw Pete looking at his watch and thought, man, maybe this is going a little slow.
Yeah, we got to speed this baby up a little bit.
Now, is that the hat with the hair built in, or is that his hair?
It's the hat with the Pete Mackanin hair built in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yep. You wear it, you wear it, you wear it, and then you look like you have a full head of hair. Or you look like Guy Fieri. As Velasquez takes a strike, it's 0-1. Now that's not a hat with hair under it. That's just a hat covering up some long hair. You got it, flaunt it.
I hear you.
Velasquez popped out to second, his first time up. A bouncer out to LeMahieu. And Vince hustling up the line. Is thrown out 4-3. Then we go back to the top of the order for Cesar Hernandez.
He's pretty fast, isn't he, Vince?
Vince, well, you mentioned before, he's a good athlete. Without talking to him, you know, he's gotten back into a good rhythm on the mound. He's fighting tonight.
Yeah.
He's battling tonight, which is nice to see.
Yes. I mean, it's, you know, we've played with some, we've watched some that, you know, I don't have it, throw in the towel. You know, I think You know, he might have taken a page out of Jared Eichhoff's book from last night. How he battled through that game.
Yeah, Jared in the first inning, 33 pitches. In the first two, 58 pitches. Velasquez tonight in the first inning, 36 pitches. As Cesar takes a strike, it's 1-1. Jared did not fare in the decision in last night's ball game. 6 innings, 3 hits, 3 runs. Off the hands, back to the mound, sends Atella, throws out Cesar. 2 outs here in the 5th inning. And Freddie Galvis is walking to the plate. There's tomorrow's starter. Nick Pivetta will take the baseball for the Phils. And he is always moving before a game. I mean, there is no sitting. Now, he was playing chess today with Ty Kelly before the ball game. He does do that from time to time. But he watches video. He's always out on the field. He is always moving.
You ought to go to Murph's room prior to the bus leaving to come to the ballpark. Me and him get in that big battle of chess. Oh, yeah. You didn't know that?
I didn't.
Huh. Halfway through the year and you don't know us.
Bouncer foul. I didn't even know Murph knew how to play chess. I know you're a chess savant.
We've played 107 matches so far. It's 54 to 53 right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Rubber match coming up tomorrow. Who's up? John?
Murph.
Murph up 1.
John's up 1. He's being modest.
St. Joe, it's St. Joe U. Only 4-year school. I only went to junior college.
And here we are with the same job, right?
Exactly right.
Here we are.
Exactly right.
2-1 pitch to Galvis. A fly ball to center field. Blackman, plenty of room to roam. Makes the catch. 4 up, 4 down for Senzatella. In relief. 4.5 in the books. Now to the bottom of the 5th inning. Arenado will lead it off for the Rockies. Bank of the Phils. Visit citizensbank.com. All right, so the players of the month were released today. J.P. Crawford and Jalen Ortiz shared the hitters of the month. Crawford with his 8 home runs and 18 RBIs, his OPS over 1,000. Ortiz 5 homers and 19 RBIs for Williamsport. Kyle Young for Williamsport 4-0 with a 0.72 ERA. And Archimedes Gamboa was the defender of the month. So congratulations to those guys for what they were able to accomplish. As Arenado checks his swing. Archimedes
Gamboa.
Kyle Young, by the way, is the 7-footer. I guess he's listed at 6'11" that the Phillies have. 19-year-old.
Not a hard thrower.
Not a hard thrower?
No, I watched him in spring training.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah, they said he's like kind of like Chris Young, 91, low 90s.
So then that extends itself.
Yeah.
Chris Young out of Princeton University.
Same job.
That's right. Former basketball player and baseball player. Played for Scott Bradley in baseball, and Bill Carmody in basketball, John Thompson. 1-2 to Arenado. Bouncer out towards second. Cesar is up with it. And 1 out.
Like, not real happy with that
No.
particular at bat, that darn helmet.
Trying to see if there's a crack of that helmet.
He's going to go up and either A, watch video of that at bat, or B, break something.
Parra lines one to right field, and Altair can't get to it. And Parra is on his way to second base. The throw by Altair offline. And that is the 16th double of the year for Gerardo Parra. A 1-out base hit. And that's the second double of the night, and third hit overall for the Rockies.
Like a changeup, didn't it?
It did look like a changeup.
Stayed up and over the center of the plate. And that's the thing, when you come to these ballparks, you got to check with that, how the ball's going to bounce off the chain link and the padding that's out there. Two different bounces you're going to get off those things.
Reynolds takes a strike, 0-1.
That one hit and just stopped.
Tried the same spot, missed inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Popped him up on the right side. Cesar, Hernandez, and Tommy Joseph go running out. The wind has taken it, and Tommy can't hang on. Football started out in fair territory and found its way in foul territory.
Yeah, that's a ball. That's a tough ball for a first baseman because it's kind of directly over your head. Cesar had a better angle, and I know he's playing Reynolds to pull a little bit, but he was there, and that's a ball that you have to, because of your angle, you have to call off the first baseman and take.
A no play, no error charge to Tommy Joseph. Here we see Freddie do it so often at shortstop, going the other way, where he has the better angle than Mike
but you look where
Franco.
Cesar's playing. He did have a long run, and Aaron Altair has the hamstring that's been bothering him for a while.
We're up out to the mound to talk to Velasquez with a count 1-2 to Mark Reynolds. He's only allowed 2 runs tonight. They both came in the first inning when he allowed just 1 hit, and that was the ground ball base hit by Carlos Gonzalez to drive in 2. Bob McClure's teaching session is over with Nick Pivetta. Vet has been fiddling with that baseball, changing his grips as the night's gone on. He's working on a circle change. Two and two. Gonzalez waits on deck. Ball four puts runners on first and second. 6 walks tonight for Vince Velasquez.
Yeah, I think that's why you see the batting average of Mark Reynolds up in the mid 280s. I mean, last handful of years, that's a swing and a miss.
Yeah, because he would strike out with the best of them.
Oh, man. I mean, it was 180, 200 a year, wasn't it?
Easily, he would lead the league. It's Pinto who's going to get up and start throwing. He was activated today. Gonzalez 1 for 2 in this game with 2 RBIs. Had a pitch up and in, 1-0. Over to the right side. Cesar goes to second for 1, so they'll get the middle runner. And the putout goes 4-6 at second base. Over to third goes Parr. So a fielder's choice for Gonzalez. And Trevor Story. 0 for 2 will be the hitter.
It's a pretty good play by Cesar. Boy, that's a dangerous throw, though. Looked like he had to throw it right over the shoulder of Mark Reynolds.
Yeah, it looked like Freddie was just trying to get the perfect angle just to keep himself firm at second base.
Get one and get out. I mean, look how Cesar charged this ball. Look where Reynolds is. I mean, yeah, if Reynolds stays up, that's over his right shoulder. Could have hit him in the shoulder.
Story is struck out looking. He's also flied out to right field. And he fouls the first pitch back. He's gotten that same pitch in his first 3 at bats. And he's gone after it all 3 times. On the inside corner. And it's 0-2. Wait, if he can just command that pitch a second time, because he kept trying to throw it to Mark Reynolds and it just wasn't working.
Yeah, I'm sure he wouldn't. Doesn't like it middle into a righty.
Looks like Rupp wants it up. Velasquez wants something else.
That's the fastball away. I would imagine, though, with the sleep deprivation that's going on in that dugout, there could be some anger issues.
Phillies got in this morning about 4:30 local time. Runner goes and Story fouls it back and it remains 1-2. First bus out was 1 o'clock, or 1:30, I should say.
Beat the morning rush.
Yes, we did. Things were opening, though. Ground ball toward third, a foul ball. So we'll do it again with the count 1-2. So the Rockies, back on the 18th of June, had the best record in baseball. They were 46-26 at the time. And we mentioned in the last 30 games, 15-15. And look what the Dodgers have done. They're now 14.5 games up over the Arizona Diamondbacks. Colorado was up 1 game on the 18th. They're 17-21 since that time. 4-14 on the road. They had played so well on the road. Their ERA over that time is 5.84. Goes again from first, and the pitch fouled again by Story. And it remains 1-2. Phillies half of the 6th inning. It'll be Altair, Joseph, and Williams as Vince is battling to get through this 5th inning and keep it at a 2-0 game.
Yeah, you wonder Pete's going to have him come out for the 6th. 95 pitches, a lot of high stress pitches, because seemingly been a lot of guys on for the Rockies.
It was part of the reason why he wanted Pinto here to have an extra pitcher. Because of the young pitchers the Phillies have, you know, this could be an imposing place for a variety of reasons. Obviously the altitude, but also the offense that the Rockies put up. Maikel Franco dekes over to third base. It sounds strange, but the coaching staff has been trying to get him to do that more, to keep the runner close at third, particularly with less than 2 outs. And they throw over again to Chase Gonzalez back.
2 outs. 2 outs, Vince. Worry about this man with the bat in his hand.
See, Franco's trying to make sure that Parr does not get a huge secondary lead. Again, with 2 outs, it doesn't really matter as much as with less than 2. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Popped him up right side. Cesar Hernandez will settle under it, and he makes the two-handed grab. That'll wrap up the 5th inning. Velasquez, 2 runs over 5 innings. He's allowed just 3 hits. He has been battling tonight. Let's see if the offense can battle when we get back. of the spark the Phils lineup is needed. Since returning midway through July, Hernandez has been on base at a clip at above 400. Once on base, he has found his way around the diamond, helping the Phils cash in on offense. In his first 14 games back, the Phils were 9-5. He walked 7 times, stole 4 bases, and scored 12 runs. Cesar is needed to fuel the fire. He's done so, and it's brought to you by Independence Blue Cross. Live fearless. Well, we talked about the weather. It's been rolling through the Denver area. That looks quite eerie, but we've been fortunate. No rain so far. As we move on to the top of the 6th inning, it'll be Aaron Altair, Tommy Joseph, and Nick Williams against the 3rd pitcher used tonight by the Rockies. Looks like the Phillies will use a 2nd pitcher. Vince Velasquez, 5 innings. He allowed 2 runs in the 1st inning. He certainly didn't have his best stuff this evening, but fought his way through 5. Altair is 0 for 2. He is 0 for his last 13. Outside 2-0.
Come on, Aaron, get that timing back right here. Get someone on base. Score some runs.
Yeah, we're in Coors Field.
Yeah, help Vince out.
2-0 pitch to Altair. And that one's out toward right center field. Long run for Blackmon, and he won't get there. He dives for it. Gonzalez is able to back up nicely. Holds Altair to a single. So the Phillies have the leadoff batter aboard for the 4th time tonight. Well, while Vince was in the game tonight, he provided us with our Hyundai defensive play of the game. He needed all these plays.
Yeah, well, that was a beautiful play, too, after leadoff double to Jonathan Lucroy. I mean, look how quick the transfer from glove to hand, the perfect throw to Franco to nail Lucroy and keep the Rockies off the board again.
Velasquez still talking to Bob McClure. Tommy Joseph takes just below the knees.
I'd see Tommy tie this one up, wouldn't it?
Talked about the success he had last year here in Colorado. He had a good series. A ball and 1 strike with nobody out. Popped up. Second baseman LeMahieu. And 1 out. Time for a cold hard fact. Here's Greg Murphy.
All right, thanks, Tom. Presented by Clean Crisp Coors Light. And at 23 years and 329 days old, Nick Williams is the youngest Philly with 2 doubles and a home run in 1 game since Adolfo Phillips did it back in 1965 against St. Louis. Phillips actually in that game had 3 doubles and a home run. But Nick Williams kind of breaking out of what was a little bit of a mini slump in the last game in Anaheim. That certainly was good to see. Talked about making the adjustments. You know, he'd seen a lot of fastballs and wasn't missing a lot of fastballs early this season after he got called up, but they started throwing him a lot of breaking balls, and he had to adjust to that. And it's been good to see that he's been able to do that. Yeah,
with his 2 hits tonight, he now has 6 hits on this road trip. His batting average back over 300. Juan Samuel has kind of enjoyed having him around, if only because he's been able to teach him a few things. Like last night when he ran, and we caught it, when he ran with the count 3-2 from second base to third. We told Sammy today that we saw him with his reaction. He said, well, I had to react. He said, because I wondered what was he doing. And he said, well, I thought if I got a good jump, there were 2 outs, I was going to go.
But, you know, that's kind of the way baseball's gone now, you know, with the You know, with the money that guys are getting paid, you rush young kids up so you don't have to pay veterans, especially when you're rebuilding like the Phillies are. That's a bullet right there.
It sure is, and Parr is not going to be able to get to it. It's going to go all the way to the wall. Altaire's around third. He's heading for home. Williams will pull into second with an RBI double. The Phils have made it a 2-1 ball game. Nick Williams is 3 for 3 tonight. That is his 7th double since coming up. He now has 7 doubles, 3 triples, and 5 home runs.
Yeah, that's just pretty right there. It looked like a cutter from Zenzatella. And Nick has that. He has a beautiful swing going the other way. I think when he gets in trouble, he gets pull happy. Aaron Altair read that perfectly off the bat. And, you know, you worry sometimes, you know, if he tries to overextend himself, if it's going to hurt his hamstring, but scored easily on that one. Now we're in business.
Yeah, with Michael Franco batting, and he lines on the right center field. Williams hesitated for a moment, but he'll score easily. It gets by Gonzalez, and that'll open the door for Franco, who turns it on around second. He'll head toward third. The throw is not in time. Now the Phillies have tied this ball game up at 2. Back-to-back extra base hits. I would think a double for Franco, and the error allows him to go to third.
Well, you see that again, that short little stride on balance. You know, his last at bat he got jammed, but he had a better approach this time, a great approach, hitting that ball the other way. You mentioned Nick Williams didn't read it well off the bat, but it gets past Carlos Gonzalez, and I tell you what, Franco was moving. I mean, he was. That's about as quick as
I've
I
seen him run.
But you know, I wondered how close that play would have been if LeMahieu didn't slip when Gonzalez threw, or whoever threw the cutoff in. Gonzalez, I would imagine.
It was Gonzalez, yeah. Yeah, I thought LeMahieu may have hurt himself too. All right, instead of a double, Michael Franco has been awarded a triple.
Be surprised if they pitch to Odubel here.
Yeah, with the righty on the mound, they had a lefty warm it up earlier, but they stay with the right-hander. It's Scott Oberg.
Yeah, I don't. He just kind of just casually strolled over to it. I guess he conceded that the ball was going to be a base hit and the run was going to score. But
Franco will take the triple, but that should be that should be a double and an E9 and an RBI.
It's just surprise right here. They're giving Odubel a chance.
Swing and bunt up the first base line, and the throw is on one hop, and it's handled by Reynolds. Well, that could have been disastrous for the Rockies. Instead, 1-3 on the putout, 2 away. Well, Franco not going on contact.
No, they needed a break. He doesn't hit many triples, does he?
No.
It's pretty good. I tell you what, too, Mark Reynolds, we knew what kind of a third baseman was when he came up, but he has become a really good glove man over at first base. But watch where he catches this. Little bare hand job right there.
Cameron Rupp is the hitter. Kim is out of the on-deck circle to pinch hit for Velasquez. Boy, Cam is due as that ball's in the dirt, blocked by Lucroy.
And I just, you know, this is where he sets on break or fastball. Again, we keep saying how hard it is to hit 8th in the National League. But when he was in Anaheim, when he was hitting 8th or 9th, you know, there was no pitcher behind him, and he still took a lot of fastballs.
They appeal the swing. No swing, says the first base umpire, Chris Guccione. And it's 2-0. Well, Nick Williams talking to Alfaro.
Williams, big teammates, weren't they?
Yeah, yes, they were. So that's the pitch you're talking about.
Yeah, that's the one right there. You know, I don't know if there's this thought that, you know, are they pitching around me, or do you think they're going to pitch around me?
Fastball swung out and missed. It's 2-2. Yeah, this is kind of a foggy night for Cameron Rupp at the plate. 0 for 6 in the series against the Angels. 0 for 2 here. Left him loaded in the second inning. Came up with a man on first in the fourth, and now has a man at third. And he lays off 3-2. Hyun-Soo Kim in the on-deck circle. Down the right field line, out of play. Velasquez's night is going to be done, but he will not fare in the decision unless Franco can get home from third.
Get him a W. That's a battling W when he didn't have his best stuff. Battled and kept this high-powered offense of the Rockies to just 2 runs through 5 innings.
Way outside, ball 4. So Rupp walks, and now it's up to Kim with runners on first and third. All right, so Hyun-Soo Kim will pinch hit for Velasquez.
Very well done, Vince.
Yeah, sometimes you have to pitch when you don't have your best stuff.
You know, and when young pitchers finally can figure that out, that how to grind through 5-6 innings. Jared Eichhoff did it last night. We keep bringing that up.
He issued a career high 6 walks tonight, hit 1 batter.
You think about 6 walks, hit a batter in this ballpark, and he only gave up 2 runs through 5 innings. That's remarkable. Normally that's like you're walking out here losing 6-0.
Absolutely. Well, Bud Black has made a double switch. Amarista's going to come on, and he will come on for Trevor Story, and Senzatello will be lifted from the ball game, and it looks like a lefty is going to come in to face Kim. We'll see if there's a counter from Pete Mackanin. We'll be back right after this. On the Washington Nationals, it'll be a 7:05 first pitch. It's also another theme night at Citizens Bank Park. Go to Phillies.com/theme nights for more information and to order your tickets. You'll get that cap right there if you order through the theme nights page. Well, it'll be a right-hander instead of the lefty for the Rockies. And Hyun-Soo Kim will walk to the plate with runners on first and third. Oberg, a 5.83 ERA. It's a Rockies bullpen that is 24th in ERA in Major League Baseball at 4.50.
See Oberg's numbers there, 41 2/3, 55 hits. Oh, we just need one.
Just need one
right now.
Be nice if it was a big one. Runners lead off first and third, and Kim bounces it out towards shortstop. Amarista, who just checked in, throws out Cameron Rupp. The inning is over, but the Phillies do tie it up here in the 6th inning. Maikel Franco helped it along. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th, 2-2. By Jefferson Health, call 800-JEF now or visit jeffersonhealth.org. And by Nissan, shop shoes, Nissan.com. Oh, we got a ball game again. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning after the Phillies tie it up. Ricardo Pinto will be the new pitcher for the Phils, and he will take over for Velasquez, who went 5, allowed 3 hits and 2 earned runs. And Pinto, finishing up his warm-up tosses, will face Lucroy Amarista, who is now batting 9th and then the top of the order. 18 games at Lehigh Valley. Pinto, a 3.99 earned run average. He has started some. He pitched in 10 games for the Phils. He had some games where he was fine. He was good. And other games where he scuffled.
Yeah, it really tough bouts of inconsistency with Ricardo Pinto. Command leaves him. When he's right, and when he's wrong, it's pretty wrong.
Well, he'll face Lucroy to start it off. Lucroy acquired from the Texas Rangers for cash or a player to be named later. Did not play in his first game with the Rockies till yesterday because he was battling a stomach bug. Some Phil's youngsters getting themselves a baseball tonight. He's throwing a change up there, John.
Yeah. The Ratter's hands are just so small he can't hold it with 3 fingers, 2 fingers and a thumb. Nope, he's circle changing it.
Knuckleball.
Must be 5-pitch pitchers.
They'll keep them off balance even at a young age. 2-0 to Lucroy.
Work fast, throw strikes, change speeds. Right?
That's all they need to know. Three balls and no strikes.
Kind of like the way I guess Dad was holding that beer. He had a kind of a change-up grip on that.
Sure
one.
did have a good grip on the beer. Well, you said there would be some
Rocky Mountain spring water.
Rocky Mountain spring water.
This one.
Lucroy takes a strike, and it's 3-1. Three and two. All fastballs so far for Pinto. Might as well throw it again.
Good velocity, 95, 96.
Popped him up off the first base line. Tommy Joseph over toward the crowd, and it's out of play. Phillies bullpen has a 4.49 earned run average overall. 23rd in Major League Baseball. Fly ball to right field. Well, Pinto has certainly found the strike zone after the first three pitches, and Altair makes the catch. Every time the Phillies pitchers retire the opposition 1-2-3, Comcast will make a contribution to Phillies charities. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Xfinity. Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV.
Didn't Alexi Amaristo have a really good series against us in Philly?
Yeah, Story was activated during it.
Yeah.
And Amaristo was red hot prior to the series, and then had a few hits as well. Amaristo familiar to Bud Black because he played for him when he was in San Diego. Amaristo this year 6 for 13 against the Phils.
I thought so.
And a lifetime .309 hitter against the Phillies. Off the hands and over the glove of Cesar Hernandez. He's aboard with a one-out single here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
See a familiar opponent that you've had success against. Why not get jammed and bloop one into right? Pretty good pitch by Pinto. Sometimes you can't control the outcome.
And Charlie Blackmon will be the hitter.
Now, you know, a lot of guys have the longer hair, DeGrom and guys like that.
Yeah.
Syndergaard. This is a mullet.
Oh, when he took his helmet off in Philadelphia?
Yeah, it's a mullet. Really sliding up the charts is my favorite player, Charlie Blackmon.
I don't think anybody else is catching on to it, though. It's his style and his style only. Everything else has come back. 1 ball, no strikes. Trim the beard a little bit. A little bit.
Little. Probably got something stuck in there and had to cut it out. He figured.
Is that what happens?
Can't just leave it. Well, I don't know. I've never had one like that.
Pulls that one past the first base coach's box. What they say about Charlie Blackmon is that he goes 100 miles an hour. It doesn't matter if they're up 10 or down 10. He does not take the game for granted. You know, some feel like it's because he's had to work so hard to earn the respect, or had to work so hard to earn the respect of the Rockies originally, because they were looking for somebody else to play center field, and he basically won the job. 4-6-3 on the double play. Nice job by Pinto. A clean 6th inning. No runs, a 1 hit, and nobody left. We have completed 6 innings here in Denver, with the Phillies and the Rockies tied up at 2. Tommy Joseph found himself a Phillies fan to throw that baseball in. It's time for our game summary brought to you by your local Delaware Valley Honda dealers as we go to the top of the 7th. Velasquez went 5 innings. He allowed 3 hits and 2 earned runs, walked 6, but he will not fare in the decision because Nick Williams and Maikel Franco helped the Phils tie the game up in their half of the 6th inning. So now we go to the 7th. It's a battle of bullpens. Kyle Freeland, the starter for the Rockies, got hurt after facing 2 batters and then part of a 3rd hitter. So the Rockies vet rely on Chris Russin, I should say, Antonio Senzatella, and now Scott Oberg. Outside, 2-1.
Just keep running them out there at 95, 96, don't they?
Yes, they do. The way baseball is made now, then they'll throw Neshek out. They'll throw everything off kilter.
Oh, you could see him in this one, huh?
He was catching up with his former teammates before the ball game. He's allowed a couple of runs with the Rockies.
Hitter's ballpark.
He's traded him to the Rockies. He was hoping the Rockies hang on for a chance to get the wild card, one of the wild card spots. Bouncing ball inside the third base bag down the left field line. Parra is going to try to get to it quickly, and he throws it quickly, but Cesar just too fast. And he slides in with a double. His 13th double of the year. He has 2 hits tonight. Now the Phillies have the leadoff batter aboard here in the 7th inning.
Yeah, now Freddie's got a job to do. Arenado, see how far off the line he's playing, and I think that short arm delivery of Oberg, the ball gets on you a little quicker. Even at 95, it gets on you quicker than you're thinking. Cesar, after seeing 2 or 3 of them, a couple of them, after you see a few of them, you get a little bit better timing. You slap that thing past Arenado and double out of the box. It's the only way you can make those doubles out of the box. Now, Freddie got a job to do.
Would you just have him bunt, or are you just trying to have him hit his way over to third?
It's 7th inning. I think I'd try to get him to bunt.
Ball's fouled off his foot.
Fouled off your toe.
I think managers have different views on this situation. Oh man. In this ballpark, sometimes they feel like, all right, I'm not going to give away an out by bunting.
And besides the base hit last time for Aaron, he hasn't been swinging the bat that well, Altair. I mean, I think you have to trust that Freddie can pull the ball. Whatever you do, you bunt or you let him hit, the end result has to be Cesar either has to score or be on third after this at bat.
0-2.
I think Freddie can land on that front foot.
He's limping a little bit out of the box.
Like he took a swing right there, and after the swing, the leg kind of gave out a little bit.
A bouncer back over the mound, and Cesar will get to third. Galvis is thrown out. Good read by Cesar, too. 1-3 on the putout, or excuse me, 6-3 on the putout, 1 away.
I mean, you saw the swing though of Freddie. I mean, watch his swing. He's trying to pull that ball. You see his top hand roll over. Just got behind him a little bit, but a big enough hop over Oberg's head, and like you said, Cesar read that thing perfectly. Waited. As soon as he saw it go over the head of the pitcher, he took off. No chance for Amarista to get him at third. You got to elevate one right here.
Altair checks his swing. Yeah, the infield is in. Altair singled to start the 6th inning. Scott Sheridan taking a look over at Freddie Galvis. Check swing. Did he go? Yes.
Oh, man. Mickey didn't even look at the first base umpire. It just didn't look like a swing. Get that line out there.
And a line drive, base hit it to left center field, just past Amarista. Hernandez will score. It's a 3-2 ball game. Aaron Altair with his 2nd hit of the night. The drawn-in infield helps him and the Phils. Now the Phillies take the lead here in the 7th.
Yeah, I'm wondering if that was. I mean, Oberg's been throwing all fastballs to the lefties, and now all of a sudden, you know, with Aaron up there, he throws him breaking balls. I wonder if they were trying to pitch around him. Lucroy wanted to pitch around him to see if he'd get himself out. See Oberg not real happy with the location of the pitch. It was away, just happened to be elevated.
Well, here's Tommy Joseph with a runner at first. And Tommy fouls it off the right side.
Tommy got to get it started a little sooner. Boy, he's been getting jammed the last couple of nights on fastballs. Tell you what, though, great at bat by Freddie. 2 strikes, get Cesar over to third base. You know, if Cesar doesn't make that read, Freddie doesn't hit that ball, you know, that's probably an out. Altair's ball's probably an out.
Yeah, and it's up to the base runner in a spot like that. We had that play last night in the Angels game with Andrelton Simmons when the ball hit off the pitcher's glove and went towards second. He didn't go. Now it turned out he scored anyway.
Yeah.
But that's the responsibility of the base runner to be able to read that.
Yep. Coach can't help you with those. Freddie's going to stay on his feet the rest of this half inning to keep that. You know it's going to swell. You just try to walk around so you can tolerate it.
Popped up. Foul territory. First base side. Reynolds comes running in. And Tommy Joseph is retired. 2 outs. Nick Williams is coming up. And he's had himself one heck of a night. 3 for 3 so far.
Yeah, sure he had it. Staying on the left-handed pitcher. That's what you got to try to do. You get jammed, but find holes, and that's what he did. A blooper to left, a base hit past the diving LeMahieu, and then when the Phillies needed it, an extra base hit to score Aaron Altair. Put the Phillies within 1, and then he scores on the triple by Maikel Franco. So that's, we got another double switch coming up here.
Like we do. Valleca is going to head out and take over for Amarista. And they're going to bring in a new pitcher to face Nick Williams. So a pitching change here at Coors Field. Phillies are on top 3-2. Looking for some more when we come back. decided to go get a lefty, the veteran Mike Dunn. Valaika comes on to play shortstop for the Rockies. And Dunn 3-1 with a 4.46 ERA. This is his 47th game. Dunn will bat 9th. Valaika will bat 7th. So Williams 3 for 3. His average is up to 314. And the first pitch, breaking ball, drops in for a strike. That's a high strike. And it's no balls and 1 strike. And look at those numbers. I mean, I think it's more than what anybody could have anticipated from Nick since he's been called up. After a slider, and it's 0-2.
Yeah, you got to take the good with the bad. The thing is, he'll go on spurts where he's hitting well, and then there's spurts where he'll swing at bad pitches and strike out, especially off-speed pitches. But the one thing he hasn't stopped doing since he's been here is hustling.
There's a strike 3 called, and the inning is over. They throw through anyway. So Williams is down on strikes. The Phillies do get a run to take the lead on the RBI single by Aaron Altair. Time to stretch here at Coors Field. Go right, and life went right for Ricardo Pinto on this double play ball.
Yeah, huge double play, getting Charlie Blackmon to hit into this double play to end that 6th inning. And when you needed a big pitch, Pinto made that big pitch, got us out of the inning, and that's our State Farm double play, brought to you by Tom. Guess who?
Ooh, State Farm.
Absolutely.
Here to help life go right. Well, here is Pinto to pitch his 2nd inning. He'll at least start the inning. Phillies have 2 pitchers warming up. They've got Hobie Milner, the lefty. And it looks like Luis Garcia has grabbed a baseball. Yep, it is Luis.
Sure, he wants to get back out there as quick as he can after what happened yesterday in Anaheim.
Yeah, he just didn't look sharp yesterday in Anaheim, or as sharp as he had looked. DJ LeMahieu is 0 for 2 with a walk tonight. Ground ball toward the hole. Freddie Galvis charges, surrounds it, throws on the run in time. And 1 out here in the 7th. Time now for our Jeep Stump the Fans trivia quiz answer. John, the question again: who are the 3 Rockies players to have multiple seasons of 40 or more home runs and 130 or more RBIs?
Well, Nolan Arenado's done it the last 2 years, correct?
Yep.
The Big Cat, Andres Galarraga.
Yeah.
And former Tennessee quarterback Todd Helton.
Todd Helton, who's number 17, is retired here at Coors Field. Log back on to Phillies.com to find out if you're the winner of a Phillies prize pack.
I'm sure number 28 will be up there at some point too.
Keeps going like this. Arenado takes down low. 1 ball, 1 strike. You had a couple other names that you were throwing around. Vinny Castilla, not a bad thought.
Dante
Dante Bichette. Larry Walker you could throw out there too.
Yeah, I didn't see Larry as a 40 homer guy. He's a line drive, more of a line drive power hitter, Vinny.
Fly ball to left center field. Herrera's going back, and this game is tied. Arenado with his 25th home run. A solo shot to left center field. So Pete Buchanan's going out with Parra coming up. He's going to bring the lefty in. Arenado a step closer to 100 RBIs, 97 now.
Yeah, Cameron Rupp wanted it in. The pitch was out over the plate. Look at Cameron's reaction. Ricardo Pinto hasn't played enough games in Coors Field to understand that that was gone when it left the bat. He was kind of giving it the little lean, but
a little motion from Arenado.
yeah, he hasn't had many good at bats, and I'm sure that's why.
So we've got a pitching change. Tied up at 3 here in the 7th. Pinto came into the dugout. It was Alfaro who was doing most of the talking, and Pinto was nodding his head yes the entire time. Then a pat on the shoulder as Pete Buchanan came in after making the change. I thought that was kind of cool to see. I mean, Alfaro went right over to Pinto after he got back to the dugout, and he was mad when he got back to the dugout, as you can imagine. But it was Alfaro doing most of the talking, and Pinto just after the Arenado home run. So now Hobie Milner to face Gerardo Parra. Had a pitch outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Bouncer foul, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. The other dugout, the current third baseman talking to former third baseman.
Yeah, Vinny's saying, dang, I was good, but I wasn't that good. Remember when Bremer and Vinny Castilla came up as a Brave shortstop?
See him here all the time. Always down on the field during batting practice. 320 career home runs. Inside to Parra. He had 2 different stints with Atlanta. But the damage that he did here with the Rockies, beginning with the 95 season. I mean, 93 had 9 homers and 30 RBIs, but 95 is when he sort of took off. Off the mound, Galvis to his left throws out Parra. 2 outs. Reynolds coming up. Let's see what Pete does here if he's going to keep Milner in. Does have Garcia warming up. Join us for CSN night at Painting with a Twist. On Tuesday, watch the Phils while you paint your favorite mascot. You'll even get 2 tickets to an upcoming game. There's still plenty of space at the Rittenhouse and Havertown locations. Sign up now on paintingwithatwist.com. Over to the hole, and Galvis can't get to it. A base hit for Reynolds. He's been on base 3 times this evening, 2 walks and a single. And Carlos Gonzalez will be the hitter.
Well, I guess that's the reasoning with Pete. Just try to keep Reynolds in the ballpark.
Yeah.
You know, if he gets a base hit, he gets a base hit. But yeah, now you got a struggling Carlos Gonzalez and lefty on lefty.
Well, Bob was hesitant to go out. Now he's going to go out. Really slow walk this time for Bob.
See who threw a complete game today?
Who's that?
Big Sexy.
Did he really?
Won 8-4.
Still got it, I guess, over Texas. He had a couple of different times where he was thinking about hanging it up, whether it be with the Braves or even with the Twins. I think Paul Nart was extending that conversation a little bit longer, trying to get them to wrap it up.
Or maybe it was such a good conversation that they wanted to listen.
Well, with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th inning, a run in.
I wonder at some point if they're going to say, you know, now you have to, if you're going to throw sidearm, you have to throw sidearm for the whole at bat. And you have to tell us if you are.
It's all about communication, John. Gonzalez takes strike 1, 0-1. Velasquez went 5. Pinto went an inning and a third, and now it's Hobie Milner who's gotten 1 out in this appearance. Off the hands, and it's 1-2. A line drive caught by Freddie Galvis on the right side. And the inning is over. 1 run, 2 hits, and 1 man left. The Rockies tied it up on Nolan Arenado's solo home run against Ricardo Pinto. 7 in the books. We'll go to the 8th. 3-3 ball game. Hi, your Delaware Valley Honda dealers. Hurry to your local Del Val Honda dealer. Visit DelValHondaDealers.com. And by WB Mason. Who bought WB Mason for fast, free delivery? Nobody does it better. Well, we're on to the top of the 8th inning. Phillies and the Rockies tied at 3.
Yeah, here we go.
Michael Franco will lead it off against Mike Dunn. And the first pitch in there, it's 0-1.
Keep that same approach, even though it's against the lefty, Michael. Nice and short to the ball.
One ball and 1 strike. That one was just a little too far out. And he hits it out toward fairly deep left. But Parra makes the catch for the first out here in the 8th. Murph, what's going on around baseball tonight?
Well, it's time to tell you in our unlimited baseball break presented by T-Mobile. Giancarlo Stanton continues to crush it for the Marlins, and he added the Braves' new ballpark to his list of stadiums that cannot hold him in the 4th inning tonight, Stanton hit an R.A. Dickey knuckleball 477 feet. It is the longest one hit at SunTrust Park so far in its young existence. He also added another one later in the game, now has 35 and the major league lead in home runs, does Giancarlo Stanton. Same game, a big another milestone for Ichiro Suzuki as he gets hit number 3,061. He passes Craig Biggio on the all-time list. He is now number 22 on the all-time list. Up next for Ichiro, well, he needs 20 more hits to become number 21. Cap Anson has 3,081 hits, so he'll tie him with 20 more hits, but he passes Craig Biggio to death. So a lot happening in that game, and the Marlins end up losing it anyway.
Yeah, the Marlins had put together winning 2 of the last 3 against the Washington Nationals. 1 ball and no strikes to Herrera in the dirt. 2-0. By the way, the Nationals finished July with 16 wins, but had lost 4 of 6 before today's victory over the Cubs. How about Howie Kendrick? Banged up here with the Phils. I mean, had a good year despite the injuries, and a lot of injuries. He's 8 for 18 since he joined the Nationals. So he had a miss, 2-1. The last several weeks were frustrating as Howie, couldn't stay healthy and stay on the field, but he's healthy now with the Washington Nationals.
Like that swing right there, 2-0. Trying to put him up. Now you got to go back to hitting. There you go.
And he hits it out toward left center field. Parra comes diving in and he makes the catch. He just robbed Abdul of a base hit. Maybe a 2-base hit. 2 outs here in the top of the 8th inning.
Yeah, I thought when that ball left the bat of Odubel Herrera, I thought that was easily a base hit. But boy, Parra closed on that thing quick. Got a great jump, great route to that ball. Laid out and made a great catch. A lot of greats on that play. Good piece of hitting.
That'll bring Cameron Rupp to the plate with 2 men down. Way outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Odubel a little upset about that play. 1-1.
It'd have been interesting to see what would have happened if that ball got past Parra.
Yeah, because Blackman was hustling over to try to back it up. In the dirt. Now back even 2-2. Cameron tonight is 0 for 2 of the walk. Out to center field. Blackman is there, waits as the ball hovers. At a 1-2-3 8th inning for Mike Dunn. He's faced 4. He's retired all 4. We move on to the bottom of the 8th inning. The Phillies and the Rockies tied up at 3. Card pack that will be given out to all fans coming to the ballpark. Go to Phillies.com for more information. In fact, they're giving that out tomorrow here at Coors Field. Not that one, obviously, but Rockies.
Oh, okay.
Topps card pack.
Interesting. You know, at the pitcher spot leading off the next inning, Daniel Nava's coming to play right field. Aaron Altherr's out of the game. You wonder if scoring from first base on that
tightened up again.
Double by Nick had tightened up and he had to leave the game because
Garcia's going to bat 3rd. Nava's going to bat 9th. Yeah, because you figured it was just going to be 1 inning for Garcia anyway.
Yeah, so you have Kim has been used. Knapp is probably not available. And now Nava's used. So your bench is now Alfaro and Blanco.
Well, Pat Valaika takes strike 1 from Garcia. Valaika hitting .256 on the year. Inside, 1 ball, 1 strike. We said last night the ball just slipped out of his hands.
Is
Oh,
it
the
a
wild
split?
pitch. You know what? I forgot to ask him that.
It looked like it
The
was.
velocity-wise, it did look like a split. There's a slider, and it's high, 3-1.
3-1 slider to it. That just came in the game last inning.
Wow, that was awfully close. It's going to strike sometimes tonight, but for the most part, Nart hasn't given the outside part of the plate. Well, right on the edge.
Yeah,
We talked about that tonight.
It's been hit or miss. And I think that's a frustrating thing to both catchers and all the pitchers that have been in this game. Is,
Right.
You know, if one time it is, one time it isn't.
Lucroy shows bunt, bunts it foul. Oh no, he didn't bunt at it. And going to second base is Valaika. Boy, I thought he bunted that ball foul.
I think that Cameron just missed it. I think.
That's absolutely what had to happen.
Now you got to believe it.
It's a pass ball.
Just a split finger that Cameron. I don't know if it was a cross up. Cameron popped up. He was trying to get out there in case Lucroy bunted just in front of home.
They figure Lucroy's going to do it again here.
Yeah, or they trust him to hit the ball the other way. His double went the other way. He's flied out a couple times to right field. Or once to right field, sorry. It seems to be where he's
looping. Hands are going.
Yeah, it looks like that's where the bat head's going too.
Corners pinching in. Lucroy squares and bunts it foul. And it's no balls and 2 strikes. That's right. The pass ball, the ball that was a pass ball, was a strike.
Yeah.
Rockies are 1 for 8 with runners in scoring position tonight.
Yeah, we know a little bit about that, don't we?
Yeah. Lucroy pops it up into shallow right field. Cesar runs back, says he's got it, and makes the catch. 1 out.
Good job right there by Luis to not allow Jonathan Lucroy to hit the ball the other way on the ground to get Valaika to third base.
Well, Raimel Tapia will be the pinch hitter for the Rockies.
He wasn't
301.
He wasn't there when they were in Philly.
No,
was
he was not.
I remembered that name.
Yeah, yes, you would have.
Got the purple high tops on, man. On TV, it looks like they're neon.
Oh, and 1. Like a split. 87 miles an hour.
Remember them ones that Andres wore? When you see them in person, they were just red, but
yes,
TV they looked a little glowing.
Well, they chase Valaika back to the second base bag. knocked down the right field line. Nava's on the run. It's going to go foul and out of play. That was a towering shot.
It looked like another split or something that didn't do what it was supposed to.
Pretty quick bat speed.
They called that a slider, I was told.
In the dirt, blocked by Rupp. Nice play by Cameron.
Hitting over 400 at Coors Field.
5 RBIs, 9 runs scored. Valaika leads off second base. Outside, 2-2. Three and two. Out toward left center field. Odubel Herrera going out. And man, he tracks it well. Makes the catch. Valaika goes back to second. 2 away here in the 8th inning. And back to the top of the order for Blackman.
You're exactly right. I mean, that ball left the bat. As soon as it left the bat, I looked right up the center of the field to Odubel, and he was on the run. Watch how quickly he starts after this ball. I mean, that ball's probably not past Luis Garcia in the air yet, and Odubel's already on the move.
Bob McClure heading out. Charlie Blackman due up.
This could be, would you rather have Blackman or would you rather have LeMahieu?
I think you'd rather have LeMahieu than Blackman, but LeMahieu's been red hot too. Tonight he's 0 for 3. Blackman is 0 for 3. Both have walked.
Yeah, I think Bob McClure came in and signaled to Pete. Yeah, he wants to put him on. I guess that was a question to Luis and to Cameron Rupp.
All right, so you face the righty instead of the lefty.
I think they were leaving that decision up to Luis, and Luis. Yeah, I've never seen that where the pitching coach comes out after a visit and signals to the manager, put him on. But yeah, I guess that's what they determined out there in their little meeting was I would rather face LeMahieu right now than Charlie Blackman.
All right, so it is LeMahieu with runners on first and second. And 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th inning. And a fastball in there. It's 0-1.
Odubel's really playing over in right center field. Daniel Nava's. Look where Odubel is out here, and Daniel Nava's really off closer to the line.
Bouncer right side, and that's going to leak into right field, a base hit. Rounding third is Valleca. The throw goes to third base to get Blackmon, and he is safe at third base, and the Rockies take a 1-run lead. They choose to go to LeMahieu, and he bounced one through the right side. Now the Rockies are on top 4-3 here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Tell you what, Valleca was moving around that third base bag.
You ain't kidding, he was. And you know, Daniel Nava just smart play, and no, he didn't have a chance on Valleca. But yeah, if the pitch is down, there could be a different result. But yeah, you wonder if Cesar could have dove for that and tried to knock it down. But I think the way Valleca was moving, even if Cesar dives and knocks that down, he might have scored.
Yeah, it didn't look like he was thinking about stopping at all. Well, now you got to stop the bleeding right here.
Lead off walk.
Good leadoff walk, the pass ball. And now Arenado takes a strike. Arenado homered to tie this game up at 3. In the dirt, nice play by Rupp. Blackmon was a quarter of the way down the line. It was not an easy play the way that ball bounced.
Yeah, really good block to keep this a 1-run game. It looked like it caught Cameron in the bare hand too.
Yeah. Said he's fine.
Yeah.
Fly ball shallow center field. That is a long run in for Herrera, but he's going to get to the spot. He makes the catch and the inning is over. However, the Rockies take the lead on an RBI single by DJ LeMahieu. On to the 9th inning. The Phils down by 1. Daniel Nava will lead it off when we get back. Rockies here tonight. Luis Garcia gave up the run of the 8th inning that has given the Rockies the lead. Andres Blanco's got a bat in his hand, but it'll be Daniel Nava that will lead things off. Nava came on as part of a double switch. Now they will face Greg Holland. Now Holland did pitch in yesterday's game. You see that bruise on the right index finger. He cut his finger and he couldn't pitch for a couple days. But he wound up pitching yesterday, and we're told that he threw more off-speed pitches than fastballs for some reason.
Household accident, I read.
Yep. Cutting some stuff up. That's what happens when you have a knife and you're not sure what to do with it.
Well, you are the knife expert. You would know what to do with it.
Yep, I am a knife expert. 24 hours I've been an expert with knives. 1 ball, no strikes to Nava. And that's in there, 1-1.
Tell you what, whatever it is, it's not what you're used to seeing from Greg Holland.
I guess the thought is that there's so much bruising there where the cut was that he can't let go of four-seam fastball.
Did you tell our hitters that?
It's in the scouting report, Matt. Or excuse me, John. I said that to Matt today.
Oh,
that it was in the scouting report.
No problem, Murph.
2-1. Nava 303 with 3 home runs and 17 runs batted in. There's a strike, 2-2.
Yeah, I'm sure Daniel Nava's up there looking for mid-90s, and he's getting, high 80s.
Holland has been a great pickup for the Rockies this season. 33 saves. Outside, 3-2. After the accident, he was listed as day-to-day. And they thought they were going to let him wait even yesterday and wait till this series before he came back out. Two balls, 2 strikes. Broken bat looper out toward right field. Gonzalez is there. And 1 out here in the 9th inning. After the ballgame, stay tuned for Phillies postgame live. Marshall Harris and Ben Davis are standing by. It's presented by Cure Auto Insurance. We'll talk about Nick Williams' night tonight. They'll also talk about the battles for Vince Velasquez. Williams with 3 hits in tonight's ballgame. Cesar has 2 hits today. He's doubled and scored. He's also singled. With 1 out here in the 9th inning. And these 1-run games the Phillies have been involved in have been so difficult to swallow this season. They have 14 wins and 27 losses in 1-run games. No balls, 1 strike to Cesar. Outside, 1-1. It's remarkable though, 14 and 27. John McLaren was with us when we were out broadcasting in right center field, and he alluded to the fact that maybe if there was more consistency in the bullpen, you might win some more of those games. I think it's across the board, consistency in the bullpen, but also in the offense too.
Yeah, we've had stretches where just that last game in Anaheim,
right?
Scored 4 in what, the 3rd, 4th inning or whatever it was, 2nd inning, and then just didn't do anything afterwards.
Check swing. Did he go? Yes. Danny DeMuth was more emphatic there than he was with his safe sign earlier. 2 outs here in the 9th inning. And Freddie Galvis will be the hitter.
That's a couple close ones. You know, like you say, you could say, Joe, did he commit? Did he attempt to swing? Well, the rule is, did he make an attempt to swing?
Right.
That answer to that is every pitch I was intending to swing.
That is very true.
Just at some point I decided not to, if it wasn't a strike or.
First pitch is outside to Galvis. And 1 ball, 1 strike. The most losses for the Phils in a season, 1-run losses, is 35. They did it 5 times, the last time being in 2000. They were 25 and 35. Outside again, 2-1. Tomorrow they'll lean on Nick Pivetta to make the start. Two balls and 1 strike to Galvis.
Catch one out front, Freddie.
Fly ball, center field. Going back on it is Blackmon, and he runs it down. And the Rockies take game 1 of this series by a final score of 4-3. For the Phillies, it's their 28th 1-run loss of the season. And they've now lost 4 consecutive games to begin this road trip. DJ LeMahieu's base hit gave the Rockies the lead for good, and then Greg Holland was able to close it out. The Rockies bullpen is our Chevrolet players of the game, 8 2/3. They scattered 9 hits and 3 earned runs for Bud Black's team. Russin was the leader of the pack, 3 1/3, 4 hits, 5 strikeouts. And DJ LeMahieu's hit is our delivery of the game, brought to you by WB Mason.
Yeah, pretty good pitch by Luis. Jammed him. He just kind of inside out of him, shot it past Cesar, and Baleka comes in around to score easily, and that was a deciding run. That's our WB Mason delivery of the game, brought to you by WB Mason.
Well, another tough loss for the Phils. They drop it 4-3 to the Rockies. We'll be back to Colorado to wrap things up right after this.